Hi guys, how are you? You guys good? Yeah? Okay. First, I want to start off with, how many of you are teachers? If you're a teacher, raise your hand. Wow. If you're a student, raise your hand. Woo! Congrats. If you're an administrator, raise your hand. Is there any administrators in here? Oh, we have two. That's surprising. Well, welcome. Welcome to Rise. I want to thank Ian for allowing us to come here today and speak to all of you. And I want to thank all of you for listening, because I know it can be boring sometimes, but we'll help you through it. So, who are we? I'm Liam Jameson.
And I'm Hannah Torsdahl.
And I'm an openly gay student at Dowling Catholic High School.
And I'm a straight ally.
And we created a club. We found an issue, we created a club, and we're here to talk to you about that today. So, how did it all start? Well, a good friend of ours, Tyler McCubbin. He's a substitute teacher and track coach at Dowling Catholic High School, and he verbally was told that he could accept the position. Afterwards, he was denied because of his openness of his sexuality, because he's engaged to his wonderful partner. You can see him on the left.
This decision was well within the rights of the private school, and it was based on their religious teaching. But many of the students felt it wasn't right. We, as students, felt that we needed to stand up. Even more importantly, what type of message does that send to an LGBT student? What message does it send to the questioning student walking the halls of Dowling Catholic?
So, what do? Well, you take action. If it wants to load. Oh, it starts over. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not working. Just skip through all this, you guys can text for a little bit. There we go. Okay, taking action. So we felt the need to take action on an issue that was very dear to me and dear to Hannah, because we're best friends, of course. So we wanted to create a positive change for the community, not only for the students, but the faculty as well. So we organized a walkout and protest. Over 200 students joined us. That's about the size of the front row of this whole auditorium. Just imagine that. All outside, all together, with you as your friends and your classmates, making a change in the school. It's really cool. We did local media interviews to help spread our message to the world.
The walkout at Dowling had as much to do with affirming the message to students and as protesting the hiring practice of Dowling. We're not trying to change the policy, but we're just trying to say that we as students care about our teachers. Grace Mum, who is a junior at Dowling and one of our co-founders, is currently in Germany studying abroad, or else she would be here today. I mentioned her because right after the news of the teacher hiring decision, we talked about our outrage that we felt. She knew something had to be done, so she spoke out. And as students, the idea of the walkout was discussed. But we quickly agreed that it needed to be done with respect, dignity, and purpose. The idea was not an excuse for people to skip class. It was for students to speak their voice. We had no idea the reaction that we would get. And I'm truly grateful of the response that we had. Students joined together to stand up for the classmates that may not have a chance to speak for themselves. Many chose to participate, and students spoke, and we prayed, and we hugged, and we stood up for those that couldn't speak for themselves. And the best part of the walkout was that it was intended to be a welcoming place. Several students took the opportunity to come out. They came out to the community, their families, and their school. And we were very, very proud of them for doing that.
So how do we go on? What's next? How do we continue what we had started? How do we grow the seed that grows into a beautiful flower that one day a private Catholic high school could hire a gay man? The answer is simple. We needed a gay-straight alliance to provide a place where we could feel accepted and loved. We know many public schools already have GSAs, so a core group of us decided to fill that establishment with a club. We wanted to do more. We wanted to create an environment where students felt safe, not only for teachers, but for future generations as well. No student should go to school with the fear of being bullied hanging over their head.
If you would have told us last November that we would have this club, One Human Family, which is our club name, I don't think we would have believed you. if you said that we were making a difference in our community, we probably wouldn't believe you either. But we saw the injustice, we saw our friends hurting, and we saw that there was an issue that needed to be fixed. We brought this to the administration, and we didn't expect immediate change, and we still don't. The only thing that really mattered was the fact that we would have the club and students would know that there was a welcoming place for them. Working with administration took a lot of discussion and compromise as we tried to reach our goals for the purpose of the new club. Working with a private school involves understanding and respect of the many influences that make up their decision making. So not only are there parents or administrators, but there's also the Catholic Church and the donors of the school. This wasn't going to be like any other club at Dowling. It was going to be a change.
So, what came out of it? Well, first off, our club, One Human Family, was created. It involved tons of students, and our first meeting had over 40 students join us, which is very surprising because it's an issue that was never brought up before. We created a teacher support network. We are currently in the process of creating triangles that have our club name on them, where teachers can place them outside their doors to let students know that it's okay to talk to me about any issues you may have, and that I'm a support network for you. What I didn't know in the beginning, but I do know now, is that 70 teachers created and signed a petition and sent it to the bishop in order to tell the bishop that this club is needed and we need change. And for the students, I'm sure as many teachers know, it means the world to them. Just to know that a teacher is there to support them and love them, it creates happiness for the child, and it pushes them to be better, not only in themselves, but to better the community.
When we came back after the fall, we felt like we needed to start over again. We started this club in the spring at the end of the school year, and the group started small. A majority of the students that came in the fall were seniors, and the only reason was because they knew what it was because they were there last spring. So the question came upon us, how do we spread the word? How do we get underclassmen to join the club so that when we leave, there's someone to create and to grow it further? Education and awareness is the answer. In one of our first meetings, we had 2 students present a presentation about how a GSA truly impacts a school. This is important to help the administration and our members to understand the value and purpose of the group, and that having a GSA does indeed help the school as a whole, not just LGBT students. So here are some facts that they shared with us.
57% of students with a GSA in their school hear homophobic slurs, as compared to 75% of students without GSAs. At a school with a GSA, 24% of students hear positive remarks from a teacher compared to 12% with no GSA. 53% of teachers think a GSA does more good than harm at a school. And 84% of students that go to a GSA can identify a supportive teacher.
We feel like this presentation needs to be given at the beginning of every year so that the members of our club know the importance of the club and why we created it and what it is. At another meeting this year, we had a student present about social media and its effects on the LGBT community. She gave examples that students were affected by cyberbullying, but also she gave examples of organizations that further help LGBT students. This is exactly how we hoped our meetings would go. We want to inform our peers, but also be that support system to turn to. We are very pleased that this club has been started. We know that we will continue to come upon barriers, but on the bright side, we are growing in members every meeting, which includes faculty involvement, and that has become very important in providing the students with the knowledge that there are teachers that support them. All of this results from a few students speaking out and recognizing the importance of an issue that was happening in our school. What we learned from the experience at Dowling has changed that can happen just using a respectful manner. This club is something that we were passionate about, fighting for equality even if you weren't directly affected. I'm a straight ally, and Liam is an openly gay student. Our goal was to create a safe and confidential place for students to go. I never thought that we would be a part of the change, and as big as a change and impact that it has had.
So, well, students, what can you do? I'll just read that slide. You guys can take action. You guys are here, you guys are the students of the school. You promote what you want the school to be. This is your chance to find an issue with the school and make it better, not only for you, but for future generations below you. It's your chance. So let me give you some tips. For one, find an issue. Don't be afraid to follow that issue, and follow it with your heart and wholeheartedness. Two, don't be afraid to ask for help. People, like your teachers and administrators, are here to help you and here to pursue your goals and better your education and your lives. So don't be afraid to ask them. And most importantly, don't fight. It's going to take patience. Don't try to push your boundaries too far. It's going to be slow and it's going to be rough, but in the end, you'll make change. So patience is virtue. And as for teachers, what you can do, you can help the students. You can be that second parent. You see them for 8 hours a day, day in and day out, 9 months of the year. Be that parent, but also be that friend. That friend that allows them to come to you and say, hey, I'm having a bad day. Can I talk to you for a while? Can I just let you vent? Can I vent, please? And you be, yes, that is what being a friend is to the student. It means the world to the student. I had a teacher freshman year that did that for me. It means the world to me. I love her to death, and she is the most influential teacher I've ever had. And for administrators, I know I'm not too, but for administrators, providing those teachers with the resources to do that for the students really promotes well education and provides students with better lives. I mean, suicide rates are lowered, overall bullying is lowered. Just providing students with safe places and safe allocations where you can provide students with good quality education that they love.
All of you can be the change at your school, both teachers and students alike. The change doesn't always have to start out with a protest or a loud voice, but it can simply start with kindness and compassion, caring for your school. After all, we are all one human family. Having an understanding of the needs and issues to be addressed gives you the purpose to stand up and to speak out. Look for the important issue that you are passionate about. Join with other students and make a positive change in your school. Be aware of the patience, like Liam said. Change doesn't just happen overnight. And for myself, having a teacher that is supportive for me and provided me with mentoring and the confidence I needed to continue the work with this club has really made an impact on me. Teachers play an important role in affirming students that they are doing the right thing.
Well, this is the end of our speech, but I want to leave you with something. I want to leave you that Dowling Catholic is a wonderful education place. Yes, there are some things wrong, but in the end, it's a wonderful education place. I can say that I'll be a proud alumni, and I'm sure Hannah can too. We'll know that we've left the school in a better place, and that we've left future generations the power to promote better things in their community, especially those that identify as LGBTQ. Now, I want to thank you for listening to us, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask us afterwards.